back and looked at the tape, what ended up standing out? I know what the initial reactions were for Sunday, but what ended up standing out?
I think the first thing is the score at the end. I think that there's a lot of work put into these games, and we put a lot of hours during the week, and the way we lost that one was tough. We were playing so well. There's so many good things, and the guys played so disciplined for so long. 90 plays is a lot. Usually you get about 65 plays in the game. We got up to 90. And with a patient runner like that, as strong and solid as he is, it's just unfortunate that he got out on us and to change the game for us like that.
What effect did the 42 minutes time of possession have on your defense?
Well, anytime the defense is out there for a long time, we're only human. It kind of wears on you. It's really important that time of possession. You see how important that is, especially on a team that runs the ball the way they did and sticks to it. Some teams run it. We were so solid on it for so long. A lot of teams might pull back and start throwing, but they stuck to it the whole time, and it worked out for them.
And now, is this more than you expected from Al Woods when you re-signed him?
More? Oh no, we have high expectations for Al. That's why we wanted him back. He's a big force. He's a leader. He's a guy that everybody looks to, and he's a really good football player. So certainly we have really high expectations for him to be here.
Been in the league as long as Al has. Could a year off maybe have helped him a little?
Absolutely. I think sometimes when you get a chance to reflect, you get a chance to freshen your legs, you get a chance to really, to kind of recharge and kind of see where you are in your career and how long you want to play. I think that you get a chance to really, push toward the end. And we really liked him. He likes being here, and we have a great environment, as you know, and he's certainly taking advantage of his time off.
What has the 5 defensive linemen done for you? What's it given you?
Well, the guys have given us great edges. I think this allowed Al Woods to do his work on the inside. Big, strong guy that takes up a lot of space. Allows Bobby Wagner to run and make a lot of tackles. You see, anytime a guy has 20 tackles, there's a lot of work being done in front of him. He doesn't do that alone. There's a lot of big guys in front of him keeping the linemen off of him. So it just allowed our tacklers to tackle, our big players to play big, and our edge guys to really set really good edges.
How did you feel about the pass rush Sunday?
Well, we had a lot of quarterback hits, 3 sacks. So we were around them. We got them off the spot a lot. So we were happy with it.
LJ Collier, how did you see him come back from being inactive?
Well, it was good to have him back. I mean, I know he's been really fighting to get back on the field. He's give him a lot of credit for continuing to compete. And it was good to have him back. It was good to have. He's got fresh legs, good, strong energy, positive, and he's continuing to grow.
How about Robert Kavici? How did you feel he got?
It was really, really good to see Robert out there. He's been out for a long time. He's been through our program through the summer and now into the fall. We were really anticipating him getting out a lot sooner, but obviously things didn't work out. But he was really solid. He didn't make many mistakes. He didn't get fatigued. He was solid in his technique, and he's only going to get better.
The weapons Minnesota has a receiver, just obviously Thielen's been there a long time. They brought a couple new guys in. What do you see out of that?
They're pretty good. I think the skill players, the quarterback, the running back, very similar to the team we just played. They throw the ball well. The quarterback is really good in his reads. He gets rid of the ball really quick. They score a lot of points, and he throws for a lot of yards. So we have a big challenge ahead of us.
What's allowed Dalvin Cook to be successful as a runner?
Speed, his ability to outrun people. Obviously, he has great vision. He hits the holes really fast. So by the time guys get off of blocks, he's gone. He's got this track mentality as far as getting in and getting out. And he understands how to get on the outside. He's obviously a very good inside runner. He's also pretty good in the passing game. He catches the ball well, screens well, so he's pretty well-rounded.
We haven't seen you guys blitz Jamal as much. Is that by design, or is that more just kind of how games have gone?
I don't know. It seems to me he's been pretty active. So we've only played 2 games, and I think he's been quite active. So I don't know if I can agree with that.
How do you pick and choose your spots when you are going to send him? Is that stuff obviously a lot of that's designed during the week, or how much of it is that?
I'm not quite sure I can answer that question. That's kind of a game plan type question.
What are you still learning about his game and
His.
Adams and his yours as well?
Well, Jamal is, he's a really good football player. I think everybody knows him for his blitzing, but he's a fantastic tackler. He's a really good teammate. He's a student of the game. He knows and anticipates. He has great timing. He does a lot of really good things. I think the things that the splash plays, everybody sees, but he does a lot as far as giving energy to his teammates. He tackles well in the open field. He disguises his coverage as well. He's really smart. There's a lot of good things that he brings to the defense.
What are you still learning about his game? You as coaches?
Well, he's only been here. This is his second year now, so I think we're all growing, especially as players as young as he is. He's continued to grow, so he's getting better, and I think that he's grown as far as being a well-rounded player, and I think we're all continuing to learn. But there's no question there's so much more that he's going to be able to give us over the years.
On another topic, have you had an opportunity to see the Ken Burns documentary on Muhammad Ali this week?
I haven't. I get home pretty late, and it comes on pretty late, but I've seen probably every Muhammad Ali documentary and movie, so I'm pretty much sure that I've seen a lot of things in there. But you never can see it. It's funny, those things you never can see enough. There's always something new that you're learning. But to answer your question, I have not seen that particular one. But I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Last night, I was wondering, as an adult, did you ever cross paths with Ali?
Oh yeah, yeah. As you know, my father fought him 3 times, and that was part. I was right there, so it was part of our life. So
73.
right, and we fought him 3 times. So
I wondered where your initial encounter was. You might have a perspective on him that others don't, because
right.
I just wondered if you thought him as a young man a villain, a hero.
He's a hero. I mean, that first fight that my father had with him changed our lives. It was the fight that changed everything. So I'm very, very grateful.
In which direction?
In the positive direction. Very positive. I mean, that fight, my father was just a warm up for Ali's next fight, and then he surprised him, broke his jaw. Then that was the start of a new life.
Is it true your father didn't want you or didn't even allow you to come to his fight?
It is true. He didn't like the game, and he knew I would end up do what he was doing. So he didn't want me to become a fighter. He didn't like it, and so he wanted me to have the opportunity to decide what I wanted to do for myself, go to college. He didn't finish college, so he wanted to make sure I did all those things that he wasn't able to do.
So you never attended one of his fights?
No.
Did you ever take boxing lessons?
Oh, I went to the training camps, did all the boxing. I just couldn't go to the fight. I don't know if you guys. Sometimes it's different for you guys, for being my father. If you sit there and watch your dad get hit and beat up, it's not something you really want your son to see. So it's a little different for father-son as opposed to someone just being a spectator.
Do you always think he won the third fight?
I thought he won all 3 of them. Actually, we all won because we ate well after fight 1, so it was all good.
Bobby says we always see him out here trying to box you a little bit. Are you going to surprise him maybe one of these days? No. Early on in Bobby's career, I taught them all how to box early on. I taught them how to use their feet, use their hands, throw jabs and right hands. That was just part of their growth as young linebackers. So he understands. How did that first Ali fight change? You said it changed your life. How so?
Well, at the time, my father was a sparring partner for Joe Frazier, and it's almost like a practice squad player out here. He just was the sparring partner who got beat up all day for $50 a day. So it's kind of hard to raise a family. It's just he and I. He was a single parent, so it was pretty tough days in those times. Just being kind of the kid holding the spit bucket all the time. But that fight, he made some money, about $100,000, and then The second fight, we were able to buy a house and got out of the apartment, and things got better.
Do you remember his reaction when he came home to you, since you didn't go to the first fight? You were, what, 7 or 8 years old?
Yeah, I was 7, and I was at the hotel. We were in San Diego. We lived in San Diego at the time, and my grandmother and I were sitting at the hotel, La Jolla Village Inn, and sitting there waiting on him. He came in with some sunglasses on and some wrappings around his waist. His ribs were pretty sore, and that was it.
Did he articulate or know at the time how yours, your lives have changed that night?
Oh yeah, I mean it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. That's a story no one knows. Everybody knows that they think he was always, a contender. He wasn't always that way. But things changed.
Did you ever see the famous photograph of him the next day in the hospital with Ali in the bed and coming in?
Oh yeah, I mean I was there. Yeah, I wasn't a spectator. That was like my life.
Being a single dad, how was he able to raise? I mean, what was that like being a professional boxer and a single dad for him?
It was tough. I mean, he had to go to the gym a lot. He was gone an awful lot, so I was staying with babysitters and the neighbors a lot of sleepovers with the neighbors. A lot of girlfriends were babysitting, but we got through it, and I'm better for it. It made me a better parent.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.